Dylan?
Mm-hmm.
Can I ask you 3 questions about fear?
Yes, you can.
Okay, cool. We are at your Halloween party. Thank you for inviting me, by the way.
No worries.
Yeah, cool. Oh, by the way, what are you?
I'm obviously a 60s movie producer.
Awesome. Okay, cool. I like that. First question is, what did you used to be afraid of when you were a kid?
Oh man, this is going like deep. I think like any kid, I was afraid of the dark because what dooms the dark is unknown. And I would always sleep with my door like open a little bit with the hallway light on.
What were you afraid of when you were a kid?
Ooh, not the dark, but like, you know, when you look at something and you see like the shapes just from the random photons, it was always were like snakes or aliens or something, and like that's just how my brain processed it. So that was what I was afraid of.
When I was a child, I was for some reason afraid of bees, like honeybees, and because I couldn't distinguish the difference between bees and hornets.
Probably the dark the mostest, I think.
Really? The mostest.
Yeah, I think so.
First question, Miss Cheyenne.
Oh, there's an airplane.
Oh, hold for plane!
Hold the plane.
Hold for plane!
Hold the roll.
Holding the roll. Lindsay, can I ask you 3 questions about fear?
Yes.
Cool. Are you ready?
I'm so ready.
Okay. First question. What were you afraid of as a kid?
Cool. Okay. Big time. Spiders.
Yeah?
Didn't like spiders because you want to know why? Can I tell the story why?
Dolls.
Oh, that's a good one. Did you have any particular dolls in your family that...
Oh, yeah, my sister had a doll. Not all dolls. Like, if it was like Barbie or Polly Pocket or shit, that's fine. But if it's like a baby doll, that's the end of me.
I had like night terrors.
Oh, yeah, me too.
So like, you know, dreams where you like can't escape or something. But I don't know how much of a fear that was like when I was awake.
One time, I was going to wash my hands, and we had a bar of soap. I picked up the bar of soap, and underneath was this fucking spider! There was a spider on the soap, okay? That scarred me.
So, Nina, tell me. When you were a kid, what were you afraid of?
Not a lot.
Really?
I didn't really think, I just kind of did stuff.
Actually, what I was afraid of as a child was one time I had a nightmare when I was like 5 years old about these ice people that were coming, like actually ice people that were to come into my neighborhood playground park, and if they touched you, you would turn to ice. And they had very long fingers made of icicles, and when they touched me, I turned into ice, and it was the most terrifying thing in the world.
I always had this recurring nightmare of of my family. This is funny that I'm quoting this because of what I'm gonna say. But my family like smoking and developing like cigarette like addiction behind my back, and I would find it out in a way where they didn't like tell me. So I would just burst into tears and be like, "Why didn't you tell me of this like that you were addicted to cigarettes?" So I guess the fear of being like in the dark and not and your family keeping secrets from you, so the people that you love most like keeping secrets from you and stuff.
I think I was afraid that my parents wouldn't come back
Dark.
to my house. Every time my mom and my dad will leave the house, I will freak out and like call them all the time, especially at night. And I guess it comes from the place that I came from, like having that fear that when someone is outside, like anything can happen.
I was afraid of being different from the other kids, I think. And so I paid a lot of attention to the things that I did. Like, I feared that my handwriting, for example, wouldn't be neat enough, or I wouldn't be able to learn my multiplication as as well as the other kids.
Oh, I was scared of wasps. One time, and snakes. My cousin he came from Poland to our house, and he's like, Nina, there's a snake in the backyard. I was like, no, there isn't. There's no snakes here. And he convinced me there was a snake, and I was terrified of going outside.
They picked you and they poked you. You turned into ice because of them, and they kind of looked like Snow Miser from that Rudolph show, Year Without a Santa Claus by Rankin Bass.
Okay.
You know?
You weren't afraid of like spiders or anything like that?
Not really of spiders. They were weird enough. I was like more scared of them as I got older, as I like realized, oh, there's a lot of spiders around. But you know, like as a kid, I feel like I was pretty carefree.
Next question. Are you still afraid of that thing?
No, I think just because I know what it is now, but like I hate snakes.
A little bit. I mean, like, I've gotten better, but like, I did go to haunted house a couple days ago, and they were dolls, and just like it got to me a little bit.
Maybe not like cigarette addiction, keeping secrets, but definitely like other people that you think that you know, keeping secrets from you, and you think you know them, but you really don't in a way.
Right. Like in that movie Divergent, where she's like in her fear dream.
Yeah.
And everyone's talking about her and laughing at her.
Yeah. Oh my god, that's such a good comparison.
Okay, so are you still afraid of spiders?
Oh, big time.
Yeah?
Yes.
Okay.
My last house, we had these big spiders that would like run across the carpet at nighttime.
I feel like I'm still am, but it's different now because now I live somewhere else. I don't see my parents as much as I used to. There's still a fear, but it's because it's not beside me. It's just not the first thing up in my mind.
To some degree, I've learned to have confidence in it, and I think that's because I've seen how different people can be, and that we have different skills, and that if you're not the same as somebody, that's okay.
Okay, last question. What are you afraid of now as a pretty much adult?
Oh man.
Oh my god, you got me thinking, Alex.
Oh shit.
The future.
Honestly, I'm afraid of taking the potential that I have carried through university and just letting it die.
Like adulting, not like anything where it's just like I gotta go pay my bills, but like I have to go after I graduate, like do stuff, and it's like I have to graduate and then pretend like I know what I'm doing long enough for someone to accept that I know what I'm doing.
Not thinking I'm good enough. Like I get good experience from other stuff, and then sometimes when I'm like doing something that's I guess the next tier up, I sort of wonder like, oh shit, can I do this?
Being stuck in a shit town.
Oh.
Should I not swear? Do you want to say it differently?
Where are you from?
Fort St. John.
Fort St. John. And it's boring there?
There's nothing there for me.
Yeah.
No.
But you're already out, so you won't be stuck.
That's the fear of having to go back. Like failing here and then just having nothing.
What I'm afraid of as an adult, not just as failing as what I want to do in my aspirations, it's also failing like the people that I feel responsible for. Not as an artist, but like just even as everybody as a community, like the film program. I feel that if I don't help everyone succeed, then I haven't succeeded as well.
I'm afraid of just being like a disappointment to myself, to like my family, like being like I'm here doing all this stuff, I have all these opportunities, and I just like wasted them and not doing what I'm supposed to be doing.
I feel like I'm scared of mostly as like a filmmaker, I'm scared that it won't be received well. And I guess, that was a fear as a kid, but you just it wasn't as present. Like you're always afraid of like expressing yourself and people kind of shooting that down, but you just didn't do that as much as a kid. And it's just a lot more like vulnerable when you're older.
I think I'm afraid of being kind of alone and like having no one that like loves you, and society keeps making it a fact that you need to find someone to fall in love with, but the fear of not being able to do that and what that means. But like not to like make this like a homosexual thing, but being gay and trying to find like someone that's also gay is kind of like makes the selection process of trying to find other people that you're attracted to more difficult, so that kind of makes that fear more of a reality, I guess.
So I just have to have more faith in myself is what I'm saying. I think the one thing that I want to make sure that I continue to do, like since I'm finished school, will be to make sure I focus time on doing like balancing work and shoots with friends and stuff. Like I want to make sure I incorporate time for myself.
What circumstances would you go back to Fort St. John?
If I ran out of money and I couldn't find work and I felt like crying.
Please don't cry, you're beautiful. Oh. And one more question. What are you afraid of now?
I'm trying to get over my fear of heights because it interferes with something I love.
What do you love?
I really love climbing, and I like hiking, and mountains. And so the fear element of it though is what brings the adrenaline. So you know, if I was comfortable and I wasn't fearful, it wouldn't be as significant of a hobby, I suppose. It would just be a walk.